isn't absurd. There's literally no purpose in our debate. What's up? Do you support Trump?
Yes, sir. I do.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
What year were you born in?
Oh, 07.
Awesome. Could you please
Mhm.
disconnect any like Bluetooth mic that you have connected to your phone?
Oh, yeah, I got you.
All right. Moving on to the next guest. Wait, actually, we already got them up here. Sorry. I don't know why I said that. I'm just spamming keywords. Um, Yo, Lauren, thank you so much for the $50 over on Venmo. I really appreciate you for that love. Please show some love to Lauren down below. That is seriously so kind of you. Lauren with a $50. Seriously, thank you so much. Says, hey, Dean, sorry to hear that you've been having a rough day, but I hope it's getting better. And thank you for the live as always. Lauren, I appreciate that. It has been a fucking rough day, but it is getting better because I am live and I get to spend my time with you guys, and I love that. Thank you for this for the $50. Seriously. As well as Max, thank you for the $7 over on Venmo. Ashley with a 1 and Jeffrey with a 5. If you are watching and you're like, hey, I like this Dean guy, I like what he does, and you want to support me and what we do here, you can find my Venmo and my PayPal in the link tree in my bio. Go ahead, take it away. Why do you support Trump as president?
I personally think he's helping in maybe let's say I think he's helping the economy.
Okay, how?
Um, Mass deportation maybe. I think he's helping.
I didn't cut you off. Continue.
Okay, just mass deportation.
How does mass deportation help the economy?
Because as we remove these illegal aliens, we get
Illegal aliens?
we add.
Come on, let's call undocumented immigrants undocumented immigrants. Let's give some of their humanity back.
Okay, that's fine. Sure.
Okay.
Undocumented immigrants, we give more jobs to American citizens, and in return, they provide for our GDP, and that's how they boost the economy.
I didn't follow that, if I'm gonna be honest. Let's see if I could like paraphrase what you said. So, are you saying that a mass deportation will help our economy because then more Americans will be able to work in the positions that were freed by the removal of the undocumented immigrants?
I'm saying it opens more jobs for American citizens.
That's not true. That's not true. Did we have more job openings for American citizens 50 years ago or today?
What do you mean that's not true? It's like kind of like
I'm
common
explaining
sense.
to I'm explaining it to you right now. Did we have more job openings for America 50 years ago or today?
Probably today.
Okay. Was there more people working in our labor force 50 years ago or today?
I'm not sure. Tell me.
The labor force is larger today than it was 50 years ago.
Okay, why
Where
is
am I
that?
going with this? I will tell you. It's because when somebody works a job, they're not just filling a position with no end. They're filling a position in generating productivity, not just for manufacturers on the supply side of the economy, but also demand on the consumption side of the economy, which in turn, as a whole, creates a more prosperous economy, growing GDP, and more job opportunity. The reason why the mass removal of undocumented immigrants would actually limit job opportunity and economic growth in this country is because it would reduce our GDP by 1.1 trillion through 1.7 trillion dollars per year. It would reduce our government revenue by over 100 billion dollars per year, while in turn also reducing the productive capacities of our producers slash employers.
Okay, so assuming that this is true, what's your proposal as like an alternative
Well,
for
assuming that
mass
this is
deportation?
true, all of a sudden your point's dead in the water. But my proposal, now that you're putting it,
I'm not saying that it is true. I'm just it's for the sake of the argument.
oh well, I don't. I think for the sake of the argument, you should tell me why I'm wrong, because that would be what the argument is.
That they would be more productive if they stayed
The
rather than if
economy is significantly better without a mass deportation, and in fact, a mass deportation hurts it.
well they committed the crime coming here, so I don't think it's our I don't think we owe them anything by helping them stay in the country
Well, keep in mind,
without.
you're no longer refuting my position that mass deportation is bad for the economy in response to your original claim that it's good, and now just saying even though it's bad for the economy, we do not owe them anything but removal. So are you now conceding on your first point that mass deportation is good for the economy?
I'm covering everything as a whole. I'm not looking at it through just like one perspective. I'm looking at it through a broader spectrum.
Well, we're just going point by point. Do you concede or defend your original point that mass deportation is good for the economy?
Yes, I was actually trying to argue that.
Okay, so now argue that.
Well, it just circles back to what I said.
Then
I
it
feel like it's
circles
kind of
back to what I
obvious.
responded.
It any. Oh my god.
I just, I don't know what to tell you. You made a claim. I responded to it. What now?
Dean, listen. If somebody has a job, they lose the job. There's obviously going to be an open position. Is that true or is that false?
Companies downsize and lose revenue when they have mass layoffs a lot of the times because those employees generate a productivity for them. In capitalism, in the market, you don't employ people just because. You employ people because they grow your company. You employ people because what you spend on their employment is like increased by a certain factor in the generation of a ROI or return of investment for said employer. Okay,
Do you
so
believe that American citizens are more important
bingo.
than undocumented immigrants?
No, I don't think that one human is more important than another through the perspective of moral value worth
Okay, I'll reword
inside of the
that. Do you think
confine of what?
I'll reword that? Do you think that American citizens should get more benefits than illegal immigrants?
Do I think that undocumented immigrants should receive less benefits than American citizens? It depends on the benefit.
In general, I don't think that we should put illegal immigrants on a
Like for
pedestal while we undermine.
like for instance, like for necessary social safety nets, I think in a lot of contexts, like they should receive the same benefits, you know, like access to emergency rooms or whatever. But like honestly, like my honest like to God response when I see the fact that undocumented immigrants are not offered federal benefits isn't that they should be offered federal benefits. It's instead that they should be offered a pathway to residency or citizenship so then they could claim those federal benefits. But you're still not
Even
responding to
with
my
you
position to
bringing
refute
up,
your original claim that mass deportation is good for the economy. Also, is
even
this
with you
Emma?
bringing up, huh?
Are you Emma?
No.
You're very obviously lying.
Who? I don't know who Emma
You're
is.
terrible at
I'm
lying.
not. I'm not Emma.
You're obviously lying.
This is my first time up here.
Really?
Yes, sir.
How many continents are there? Okay.
I,
I believe
I'm
you.
not talk. I'm not.
Okay, I believe you. This is your first time up here. Go ahead. I full-heartedly believe you. Go ahead.
Why would you ask me that?
No, because it's a question that I ask to guests sometimes, and I'd assume that I probably asked it to Emma. And because you don't know how many continents there are, means that you're probably not Emma. Or maybe you are Emma, and Emma doesn't know how many continents there are, and that's just simply never a question that I asked Emma.
There's like 7 or 8.
There's 7.
7. That's the first thing I said.
Okay.
7.
Okay.
Back to what I was saying though. You had brought up ER them and illegal immigrants. They should be allowed to use these like rescue services. I disagree with that as well because I don't think illegal immigrants should be taking spaces that could be used
Right.
by
So
American
what do you want
citizens.
them to do? Just die?
They could maybe like come here legally. That's another
Ah,
option.
but bro, even if I accept this paradigm that is so often promoted by the right of like, oh, just come here legally, you broke the law by coming here illegally, and breaking the law is bad. Okay, even if I accept that, that doesn't mean I think they should die. You're
I'm
saying
not
that
saying they should die.
you're saying that if you commit a misdemeanor, if you're gonna die, I'm not gonna save you. Come on, that's
No,
insane. That's so nuts.
I'm not saying that they should die. I'm saying it
So
would
then you're
be.
saying that they should have
I'm saying
access to
there's
emergency
other
resources,
options.
right?
No, what you're saying is that the only explicit option is for them to die, but that's not.
What's the other option? Then going to the emergency room, going to urgent care and getting a Band-Aid?
You can
Urgent
get a
care,
Band-Aid from Walmart too.
urgent care doesn't do shit. I'm going to be honest. Urgent care in emergency scenarios is useless 9 out of 10 times.
Okay.
So if they can't go to the emergency room, where the hell should they go?
I'm not sure, but that's something that they should have thought of before they snuck into the country.
Okay, okay. I actually disagree. I completely disagree. No, that is insane. Regardless of your thoughts of undocumented entry into America, it is evil to suggest that we should kill them and let them die. You are evil for that. That is just like insane. Fucking preposterous. Absolutely unreal. You know, it's like when I hear that argument as it relates to deportation, oh, they should have thought about being deported before they came into this country as an undocumented immigrant. You know, like I have a response there. I disagree. I think that mass deportation is bad. I have my reasons why. But then when you exchange that with literally dying when we could prevent it, that's when you become very gross and evil. Are you a Christian by any chance? Oh. Unmute that mic. Tell us if you're a Christian. Oh, you know what? Oh, I just thought of a better question instead. Unmute that mic for my better question. And, oh my God, you guys must be curious on what my better question was. I will let you all know here very shortly. Victoria, you have to click on the icon of the mic on your profile. There you go. Hey, I have a question. If you think that committing a misdemeanor and coming into this country means that we owe you nothing and you deserve nothing to the point of death, then why does being a 34 count felon and adjudicated rapist mean that you not only are owed, but are rightfully deserved the White House $400,000 per year and the most powerful position offered to any person on planet Earth?
You said why does 34 counts give you the? You think why should someone who has 34 counts?
Yeah, a single misdemeanor means you deserve death, but 34 felonies means you deserve the presidency. Isn't that a little bit hypocritical, Victoria?
Has any of those? You're referring to Trump, right? Just to clarify.
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay, so has any of those 34 counts of what I believe is money, something with tax? I don't know, but it had something to do with like financial money, something
Falsification
like that.
of business records with an intent to conceal another crime. Yeah.
So how does this hurt you?
Oh, it doesn't. That doesn't hurt me at all.
So why do you care?
So why do I care? Well, if we just assume what you're saying here, well, his crimes were victimless. They didn't directly hurt me, so therefore I shouldn't care. How does the misdemeanor of undocumented entry hurt you?
Because they're hurting the economy. It just goes back to my original argument.
How are they hurting the economy?
Well, we're just going in circle. I answered this earlier.
No, you didn't.
I did. I
didn't.
told you. I don't know. It's funny. We're just having a debate.
How do they hurt the economy?
This is the first thing I answered. This is the first question you asked me when I joined.
Well, maybe I'm forgetful. I got that goldfish brain. Can you repeat it?
Maybe, but...
So do it. Repeat it. How do they hurt the economy?
I was like literally in the middle of answering. Why are you so impatient? I was literally answering the question, and then you're telling me to answer the question.
Chris, I appreciate you for the $5 super chat. He actually brings up a good point. He says if a serial rapist in prison is injured, they receive medical care. Why shouldn't we provide the same to an undocumented immigrant?
Rapist?
Yeah, even a serial rapist in prison will receive medical care if they are injured.
Serial rapist.
But you're telling me that an undocumented immigrant shouldn't? Oh, good job, Chris. That's a good point. Chris cooked you. Holy shit. It wasn't even me. It was some dude named Chris. Respond to Chris. And I quote, if a serial rapist in prison is injured, they receive medical care. Why shouldn't we provide that same to undocumented immigrants?
Is the serial rapist a citizen? That's my next question.
You think it's worse to be an undocumented immigrant than a serial rapist?
I'm just asking.
Yeah, the serial rapist is a citizen.
Okay.
So you think it's worse to be an undocumented immigrant than it is to be a serial rapist?
I'm not saying it's worse or better. I'm of course rape is terrible. I don't support rape at all. But the difference is the rapist is a citizen. I'm not saying they're worse or better, but the undocumented immigrant, they had no business being here in the first place. Like if you're a citizen, you're owed healthcare. You're owed all those like emergency visits.
Wait, why are you owed those things?
as an American citizen with a social security number and you're born on this land, you do deserve like all the health benefits that you get from
So then you fucking hate Trump for
emergency.
taking health benefits away from 10 million low-income Americans?
No, I don't. How did he take away healthcare from 10 million citizens?
By passing the big beautiful bill defunding Medicaid by $900 billion and imposing a work requirement on it as well.
Imposing a work requirement. So does that mean that he this is him incentivizing people to work? People who can work, like are physically able to work but do not want to work.
Yeah, I
him
don't think that we
incentivizing.
should incentivize employment by hinging it on access to necessary social safety nets like healthcare. Would you agree
But I
that we
don't know
shouldn't
how else to.
incentivize employment by hinging it on access to other necessary social safety nets like driving on public roadways?
Anybody should be able to drive on public roadways, but that's not what I
And we
was.
shouldn't use the ability to drive on public roadways to incentivize employment by imposing a work requirement on it. Why?
Because that's how people drive. How are you supposed to get where you're supposed to when
And
you
people need
can't?
to drive. Why? Because it's going to be like necessary and conducive towards high quality of life for the country and the citizens of it. Wouldn't you agree that accessing healthcare is necessary and conducive towards a higher quality of life, longer life, and more flourishment for the country and the citizens of it?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so then you'd say that there also shouldn't be an incentivization of employment through hinging a work requirement on Medicaid for low-income Americans.
He's not ruining healthcare for anybody.
Yeah, you took it away
You
from 10
you read
million
it
people. I thought I
yourself.
already said
You
that.
said it yourself.
She was banned. She was banned for violating community guidelines. Yeah, she deserved that. Good riddance. Jay, thank you so much for the $125 donation over on PayPal. Yo, let's go, Jay. Holy crap. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jay, as well as I read your message there. That is so kind. I hope that you're doing well. I seriously do. I hope that you're doing well.